Okay, so if you guys watched my last YouTube short, I did get a microphone, so my audio issues should be a lot better than they have been. Please let me know how that is. But I'm not going to talk too much about that. New phone, new microphone setup. Instead of just using the phone's microphone, I'm using an actual microphone, so it should be a lot better. But yeah, enough talking about that. Queen Stockman here in front of me is the knife today. Um, and it's a fairly large Stockman. I managed to get this on eBay for a reasonable price. I think it was around $40. It was definitely less than 50. I know that because this isn't really my um, forte for say. Because I don't really know that much about Queen, other than the fact that they were based in Titusville, and Bill Howard, who now runs and owns Great Eastern Cutlery, used to work for Queen back in the day. But anyway, I don't know that much about Queen. Not really a Queen collector or anything. A lot of times, most of the knives that I would want from Queen or Shat and Morgan and stuff go for too much money. I do have a couple Shat and Morgans, but a whole lot of the Queen knives that they made were made with stainless steel. At least some of the newer, not newer, but um, ones made in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s were all stainless steel or D2 steel. So I believe this is stainless steel, although I'm not entirely sure. And then the handle is this Delrin here that is winter bottom Delrin, winter bottom jigged Delrin, I believe they call this. So it's not exactly the most appealing knife to me because I really like carbon steel and I really like jig bone handles. However, for the price that I got this for, I couldn't just say no. Like I saw it on auction, and the auction was at a pretty low price, and I put in, what I was willing to pay for it, and I'm like, okay, well, if I win it, I win it. If I don't, I don't. And then I ended up winning it, so I was a little surprised by that. But really nice knife. Doesn't really appear to ever have been used. If it was used, maybe just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's not like it doesn't look like it's been sharpened on a belt sander like a lot of the knives you find at flea markets and stuff. Um, Pretty good condition pocket knife, I'll say. Um, in comparison to size, well, let's close it here. If I close it, it's pretty much the exact same size as the Case Large Stockman or the Case 75 Stockman, which is one of my favorite patterns that Case makes. I really like a large Stockman knife. The blade formed Stockman, another large Stockman that I really love. But yeah, so I saw this, thought it was a pretty large Stockman, and reasonable price and everything. I went for it, and just happened to win the auction, which I wasn't really expecting. But closed length here is about 4.25 inches. Once again, very similar to the Case 75 Stockman. Main blade's clip blade here. Again, I think this is stainless steel, but I don't know for sure. If you guys know, let me know. Queen's on the. Let's show off this etch here. Gonna wipe this off. Not really easily. Just wipe it off there. Queen steel number 49. I'm guessing this is the 49 pattern, made in USA. And then down here, the Queen Tang stamp there. It says 81. I'm guessing that's the year of manufacture. That would be my guess. And then USA. And then nothing on that side besides some grit from me oiling the pivot of the knife or the joint of the knife, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, the clip blade here is a little over 3.25 inches long. The cutting edge is about 2 7/8, something along those lines, almost 3 inches. A little bit of a different clip shape here. Let me show it compared to the Case 75 here. They're a little different. They're actually not as different as I thought they were. But I do like the blade shape on this. Yeah. And then the action on the main blade is really good. Really good, especially if you compare it to my 75 Stockman, which I consider to actually be pretty good action for a case knife. But yeah, and then of course you got your sheep foot blade here. Again, nothing else on the blade besides some gunk from oiling it. Sheep's foot blade is about 2.5 inches long, and then cutting edge of 2 and an eighth, something like that. Pretty standard sheep's foot blade and everything. Action on it is really good on open, perhaps a little lazy on close, but not anything that's going to be a problem. In fact, it's actually clearing itself up as I open and close it. So pretty good action on that. And then you get your spade blade here, which again, the action on it's pretty good. One of the things that I think really separates a really well-made Stockman from a lot of Stockmans is all three blades snap open and closed. Because on a lot of Stockman knives, it seems like one of the three blades has a little bit less of like a snap to it. Like the action's not as good, basically. And that's pretty standard on Stockmans as far as I can tell. But yeah, your spade blade is about 2.25, and then cutting edge is about 1 7/8 inches. You can see there on the spade blade, it does rub, I guess, the liner a little bit. Let me show you how these blades are fit together here if I can. It's going to be hard to do. I could just pick up one of my lights and shine it on it. That might help. I think that did help, actually. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but these blades are fit together extraordinarily well. Like much better than any case knife I've seen. Which might not be saying much, but I mean, I have a 3-blade case knife, the 47 Stockman, that I really like, but the blades are not fit together this well. Like the blades on this knife are fit together incredibly well. Definitely rivals like Great Eastern Cutlery, like blade fitment, and the fit and finish in general on this knife. I'm going to pick up this light again. Fit and finish in general on this knife is really good. I guess maybe I'll move one of my lights like more over here. That might be better. That is better. That's 100% better, I think. Okay, light stays over here. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Yeah, but overall, like, really well put together knife. The only thing that kind of sucks, and just for me, is that it's in stainless steel and Delrin handles. That being said, there is a time for stainless steel knives. I just don't really prefer them. I much prefer a carbon steel knife. But you know, if I'm going to be out in the snow or the rain all day, or if for some reason I'm going like whitewater rafting, the guy who can't swim is going to go right water. Yeah. The microphone doesn't change me getting tongue tied, huh? The guy who can't swim is going to go whitewater rafting. God, whitewater rafting. That's kind of hard to say. But yeah, I can't swim, so I don't really do any kind of water sports because, you know, I could drown and, you know, die, and that wouldn't be good. But anyway, um, if you're doing something that you're going to get wet, like you're in the rain, you're, I don't know, hiking in the rain, you're doing something out in the snow or something, a stainless steel knife makes sense in those instances. But most of the time, I just carry a carbon steel pocket knife and deal with any kind of rust or corrosion that would happen. It's part of it for me. But I'm a little different from some people, I think. Although there's a lot of us that really like carbon steel, I think. But anyway, really nice Queen Stockman, basically the 49 pattern, I believe. Yeah, Queen Steel number 49. Really nice knife. Really happy I went ahead and ordered it. It's done really extraordinarily well. And I think, like I said, I think this knife was made in 81. And if this was made in 81, Queen really had their stuff together in those days. Although honestly, I don't think so. I've gotten like 3 or 4. I think 3. I've gotten 3 other Queen knives. Those were Shatton Morgan Queen knives, which I think are like a higher standard or whatever. Um, but all three of those were also really well done. So I think maybe Queen just like I think for its time, especially since before Great Eastern Cutlery existed and everything, I really think Queen was like the premium cutlery brand, at least in America. Obviously, you still had Boker and stuff, and I mean Boker's still around, which is cool, but they're not really making any of the affordable Soligen made knives anymore. Like they're doing like the weird ones, just hard to explain because I don't think they're fully made in Germany, but they say they're made in Germany. But I think it's like assembled in Germany using like imported parts or something. But those do have D2 steel now, so at some point I might check one of them out. Um, but yeah, like Queen, I guess was pretty much your premium American knife brand before Great Eastern Cutlery came along. Um, so that's really cool. Really happy with the Stockman, and its similarity to the K75 Stockman, which I've really been enjoying here lately. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know how the audio is. You guys always let me know when it's bad. Please let me know if it sounds good, if it looks good, all that. New phone, completely new setup, pretty much. The lights are still the lights that I was using in the past, like 2 or 3 videos. So nothing's changed there, but the audio should be completely different and the video should be completely different. So let me know how everything looks and sounds and everything. As far as I can tell, I think it's going to look and sound pretty good. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video on the Queen 49 Stockman. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a good day.